So, how do you choose your first camera? It's no easy decision to make, but let me try and simplify this for you. There are essentially three things you need to look at when you think of buying your first camera. First, ease of use, because you're new to this. Versatility is the second big thing, and the entire support system that comes from the brand. Let me now go over each point and explain. Your first camera should ease you into using a serious photography gear. So, if it's easy to get started with, then you will feel more encouraged to learn more. And there are a couple of things that make using a real camera hard. First, it's mastering the settings to get good images or video. And second, getting people to look good with lifelike skin tones right out of the camera without edit. Because if you don't get the colors right using the camera, that you have paid good money for, you will feel discouraged. Now, that's why I feel the Nikon Z30 is a great choice from the bunch of other options that you have in the market. Firstly, it's a really easy to use camera. The autofocus is really effective in all kind of lighting conditions. I've tested it. And whether you are recording a video or using it as a photography camera, the test of an autofocus system is really low light conditions. And no matter the lighting condition, the Z30 works flawlessly. The exposure meter and the auto exposure system in this camera is really good. You can see that in the little video clip that I'm playing here. In changing light conditions, this is in changing light conditions. So this gives smooth transitions and accurate exposure all the time. A lot of brands suffer in this regard. They don't have stepless and smooth ISO changes or exposure changes. Now, when it comes to how good the images look, I just love them. The Z30 has the same color science that you see in the much more expensive flagship Nikon Z9 or the Nikon Z7 II. I won't say that they're exactly the same thing, but they come very close. They're almost in the same class. Lovely punchy colors and really well balanced tones. Especially the reds and the blues are really good. This is something that no other brand does better than Nikon. I tell you this, whenever I shoot something with multiple cameras, someone with multiple cameras, they always end up picking the ones that I shoot with my Nikons, including the pictures from the Z30. Now, the second big thing to consider when you are deciding to buy your first camera is versatility. How flexible it is. Is it good for both photos and videos? Is it light and yet compact and yet sturdy and weather sealed? All these are questions you need to ask. Now, if you look at the Z30, I have already told you that it's great as a vlogging camera. Okay, this is all you have to do, just flip the screen out and start, you're good to go, right? This is a 50 mm lens. You can use a kit lens if you want to shoot yourself like this. You can get wide angle lenses. There are third party support that you get on for the Z mount. So this is a good vlogging camera, but it's also a really good photo camera that produces files with high dynamic range too. And that's something a lot of crop sensor cameras do not do well. It is light and compact, but the moment you pick it up, you will know that it's got a premium build. I mean, it's the way it's put together for the price that you get it for. It's actually surprising because no other brand gives you this sort of premium feeling. The rubber, the metal, the compact, sturdy build, also weather sealing. You just feel that it's a very premium built camera. So although it's compact and light, there's no compromise on its quality of build, right? And it is, like I said, it's weather sealed, unlike almost all other cameras in this price point, in this price segment, not just the price point. And this makes using this camera easy in any condition, right? Because you don't have to baby the camera. You can just take it to tough conditions and use it in those tough conditions. Look, if you're already afraid that your camera will die in dusty or moisty conditions, then you will be missing out on content creation opportunities in those moments. So every way you look at the Nikon APS-C system, it is truly versatile, and that is one big reason to pick the Nikon Z30. But that's not all. The last point is the support system, and it's very important. What about the support system? Some brands do not allow other brands to make lenses, great quality, affordable lenses for their mount, and that stops consumers from actually exploring cheaper but high quality lenses for the cameras. A lot of users, in those situations, a lot of users start thinking about leaving that brand system. So, it matters how a brand supports users for the long term. Nikon have been that one company who stuck to their F mount for DSLRs for more than 60 years, if I'm not wrong. It's easily more than 60 years, probably more. And therefore, today, you can pick up any Nikon lens made in the 60s, 1960s, and you can still use them. You can still adapt all of those lenses in this camera, in the Z30 or any other Nikon Z mount camera. That continuity means that your gear doesn't become irrelevant, right? It's not just about what you can use from the past. It's also because whatever you have from Nikon today, you can be confident that you can use them well into the future, right? That's very important. There are brands that suddenly discontinue a system and leave consumers stranded with no upgrades, with no support, or very minimal support. That doesn't happen with Nikon. And that's one reason why I actually trust the system, and then that's one reason why I use a lot of Nikon products, cameras, and lenses. Why is the Nikon Z mount therefore future proof? It is future proof because the Z mount, from a physics standpoint, is the best. It's the most versatile because let me tell you, let me show you. This mount is the widest. This mount is the widest, and because it has also the shallowest flange distance, it is the most versatile mount, resulting in great image quality and great lens designs. So just from the mount point of view, the system is very versatile. Now, does the brand or the system have enough lenses already for it to upgrade to in future? Does it have third party lens support? You can adapt, like I said, you can adapt a bunch of DSLR lenses to this camera. You can also use a whole range of full frame Z line lenses without any compromise on the Nikon Z30. You have lenses now from Viltrox and Tamron too, and very soon there will be lenses from Sigma supporting this camera. And therefore, anything you buy, you can plan such that all those lens purchases are aligned with your future full frame upgrades. Because I'm sure this is where you begin, but in future you will have other cameras which are better cameras. You'd like to upgrade, right? That's how it is. You would like to upgrade. You would like to get better products, get better gear for your creative adventures. So now, because of that, you will not be wasting money in reselling the stuff that is not useful in the future. Whatever you buy for the Z30 is relevant for any camera that you buy in the future from the Nikon Z mount system. Therefore, when you consider all these things put together, the Nikon Z30 emerges almost as an automatic winner, as a very well-rounded first camera, not only on the basis of how good and versatile the camera in itself is, but also how well supported it is and how well supported it is going to be for the next 2 to 5 years, this camera in particular. Subscribe if you like this video, and if you want more Z30 content, follow me on Instagram and on YouTube. I'll see you very soon with another one.